thyroid cancer, I don't remember exactly the stage it was in. I had to go to the Mayo Clinic. Crazy enough, we had just been in Washington the year before, 2 years before, and did not know this, but Dan Snyder actually had thyroid cancer. I was not aware of that when I was coaching. So I get the word, and I go and I find my dad. He's in watching the defensive film with the defensive guys, and I kind of called him out of the room, said, "Coach, can I see it for a second?" I told him that, I said, "Hey, I have cancer," and I broke down, of course, started and I lost it. And he said, "Hey, we'll figure this out and we'll get you the best help we can get." And he picked up the phone and called Dan Snyder, a guy that 2 years before had fired him. But he said, I'll never forget, he told me when Dan picked up the phone and my dad said to him, "Hey, Dan, I've got a problem. Brian has cancer." Dan said, "Marty, give me 5 minutes and I'll call you back." And I think it was within 24 to 36 hours, I was on the operating table in Rochester, Minnesota. Again, it just shows you when you're dealing with things like that, everything competitively stops. Like, okay, hey, Marty and Dan disagreed and wanted to go a different direction. But the minute he picked up the phone, he said, "Hey, give me 5 minutes," and he called his contact at the Mayo Clinic, and next thing you know, I'm on the operating table. My wife was pregnant with our first child. She was about 4 months pregnant with our son, Sutton. And so it was a very traumatic thing for me.